Acolytes of the Holocron, brace for a revelation. Today, in this journey, we'll explore his midi-chlorian mastery, hidden layers, and whispers of his return in the galaxy's darkest corners. Could the Sith Master have defied death itself, pulling strings from the shadows? Join us as we probe this enigma. Subscribe, and let's pierce the veil of the dark side together. The Night of Betrayal. In the shadows of Coruscant, beneath a sky streaked with muted red, Darth Plagueis met his end, or so the galaxy believed. It was 32 BBY, a night drenched in Sith ambition, when Palpatine, then a rising apprentice, turned on his master. Plagueis, a Muun of towering intellect, had spent decades unraveling the Force's deepest secrets. In his opulent penthouse, surrounded by artifacts glowing with green ichor, he toasted to their shared victory. The groundwork for the Sith's return was laid. But as he sipped, Palpatine struck, his lightning crackling with betrayal. Plagueis fell, his body lifeless, his legacy seemingly snuffed out. Or was it? Plagueis had long been obsessed with conquering death. His experiments with midi-chlorians, microscopic conduits of the Force, had pushed the boundaries of Sith sorcery. He claimed to manipulate life, creating it, sustaining it, even defying its end. Palpatine, recounting the tale to Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, mocked his master's hubris, saying Plagueis could save others but not himself. Yet, the Sith are masters of deception. Palpatine's story, told with a sneer, raises suspicion. Did he truly end Plagueis, or did he underestimate the Muun's cunning? Imagine the scene. Plagueis's long fingers clutching a goblet, green ichor vials on a table, his yellow eyes dimming as Palpatine's laughter echoed. The murder was a calculated risk. Plagueis had taught Palpatine everything, except perhaps the final secret of his survival. Sith tradition demanded the apprentice kill the master, but Plagueis was no ordinary Sith. His research hinted at a failsafe, a way to anchor his essence beyond death. Could he have foreseen Palpatine's betrayal, preparing a contingency in the shadows? The Force, a tapestry of light and dark, often bends to the will of those who master its currents. Plagueis's knowledge of midi-chlorians might have allowed him to transfer his consciousness, perhaps into an artifact, a clone, or the Force itself. Palpatine's victory seemed absolute. He declared himself Darth Sidious, sole master of the Sith, and moved to enact the grand plan. Yet, whispers lingered in the underworld. Tales of a Muun specter seen on Mygeeto, his homeworld, long after his supposed death. Smugglers spoke of a hooded figure, green ichor staining his robes, trading in Sith relics. Was this Plagueis, biding his time, or a myth born of fear? The Sith's history is riddled with such enigmas, where death is but a doorway to greater power. Plagueis's murder was meant to cement Palpatine's dominance, but it may have been his greatest misstep. If Plagueis survived, his wrath would be a storm to rival the Force itself. Acolytes, consider this. Did Palpatine truly kill his master, or did he unleash a shadow that would haunt the Sith for decades? Did Plagueis's midi-chlorian mastery allow him to cheat death, watching from the abyss as Palpatine claimed his throne? The Night of Betrayal was a turning point, but perhaps not the end. As Coruscant's skyline glittered, a muted red haze over the city, Plagueis's legacy endured, whether in body, spirit, or something far darker. The Force hummed with secrets, and the Sith Master's story was far from over. The midi-chlorian experiments. Plagueis's obsession with midi-chlorians was the cornerstone of his power, and perhaps his survival. In a hidden lab on Aborah, a volcanic moon, he conducted experiments that defied the Force's natural order. The lab, carved into obsidian cliffs, glowed with green ichor, its walls lined with vials of shimmering essence. Plagueis believed midi-chlorians were the key to life itself, microscopic conduits that could be bent to his will. He sought to create life, sustain it, and ultimately transcend death. Could this mastery have been his shield against Palpatine's betrayal? His experiments were meticulous, blending Sith alchemy with science. Plagueis would meditate for days, his long fingers tracing runes on the floor, green ichor pooling as he channeled the dark side. He manipulated midi-chlorians to heal wounds, extend life, even craft beings from the Force itself. Legends claim he once revived a dead Nexu, its eyes glowing green ichor, its roar echoing through Aborah's caverns. Such power hinted at a deeper goal, to anchor his essence beyond the physical, ensuring his consciousness could endure any attack. Plagueis's greatest triumph, or folly, was his attempt to cheat death. He theorized that midi-chlorians could be programmed to sustain his spirit, transferring it into a new vessel or the Force itself. In his journals, discovered centuries later on Exogol, he wrote of a Force echo, a technique to bind his essence to an artifact. Picture the Holocron, its surface cracked with green ichor, pulsing with muted red light, Plagueis's voice whispering from within. Did he succeed in this ritual before Palpatine struck? Palpatine knew of these experiments, but did he understand their full scope? Plagueis kept his most dangerous secrets close, fearing his apprentice's ambition. If he perfected the Force Echo, he could have survived as a Spectre, biding his time. The Sith's history is filled with such feats. Darth Vitiate, for instance, transferred his essence across bodies for centuries. Plagueis, with his scientific precision, might have refined this art, ensuring his survival in a form Palpatine couldn't detect. The lab on Aborah was abandoned after his supposed death, its chambers sealed, green ichor staining the floors. Yet, whispers persisted of a presence there, a moon's shadow, his voice a hiss in the dark. Smugglers who dared enter spoke of visions, Plagueis's yellow eyes glaring from the shadows, his hands outstretched, green ichor dripping. Was this a Force echo or a trick of the mind? The midi-chlorian experiments left a legacy of fear, a testament to Plagueis's power. Acolytes, ponder this. Did Plagueis's midi-chlorian mastery allow him to transcend death, or did it merely prolong his torment? Did Palpatine destroy his master's work, or did he inherit a power he couldn't control? As Aborah's volcanoes rumbled, the Force whispered of a Sith who refused to die. Whispers of a Sith's return. After Plagueis's alleged death, whispers of his survival spread like wildfire. On Mygeeto, his homeworld, miners spoke of a hooded moon, his robes stained with green ichor, bartering for Sith relics. In the underworld of Nar Shaddaa, a bounty hunter claimed to have seen him, his yellow eyes glowing in a cantina's shadows, a muted red glow emanating from a holocron at his side. These sightings, dismissed as myth by the Jedi, fueled speculation. Had Plagueis truly survived, or were these echoes of a desperate hope? The timing of these sightings is telling. In 25 BBY, as the Clone Wars loomed, a smuggler on Tatooine sold a holocron fragment, its green ichor core pulsing with dark energy. The buyer vanished, but rumors linked the artifact to Plagueis. On Coruscant, a senator's aide reported a vision. A moon in black robes, his voice a rasp, warning of a coming storm. Palpatine, now Chancellor, ordered the report suppressed, his red saber casting shadows as he interrogated the aide. Did Sidious fear his master's return, or was he covering his own tracks? Plagueis's potential survival hinges on his Force Echo theory. If he bound his essence to a holocron or another vessel, he could exist as a Spectre, influencing events from the shadows. The Sith Eternal cult on Exogol, revealed in The Rise of Skywalker, revered Plagueis as a near deity, their red-robed figures chanting his name. Did they guard his essence or merely his memory? Imagine a cultist, his hands trembling, green ichor dripping from a holocron as Plagueis's voice commanded obedience. The Jedi, too, sensed a disturbance. Yoda, meditating on Dagobah years later, felt a shadow in the Force, a presence neither light nor dark, but something ancient. He never spoke of it, but his exile suggests he feared its source. Could Plagueis have manipulated the Force from beyond, guiding Palpatine's rise while plotting his own return? The Sith's history is rife with such deceptions, masters who refuse to yield, even in death. Palpatine's actions during the Clone Wars hint at paranoia. He doubled efforts to hunt Sith relics, sending Inquisitors to worlds like Dathomir and Malachor, their searches marked by green ichor trails. Was he ensuring Plagueis' destruction, or seeking to claim his power? Acolytes reflect on this. Did Plagueis' survival drive Palpatine's obsession, or was it a myth that haunted him? Did the Force itself shield Plagueis, or did it mock Sidious with echoes of his past? The whispers of Plagueis' return paint a chilling picture. From Mygeeto's icy caves to Exogol's red storms, his shadow loomed, a Sith Master who might have outwitted death. The galaxy, caught in Palpatine's web, remained blind to the true threat lurking in the dark. The Exogol Connection. Exogol, a hidden world in the unknown regions, holds the key to Plagueis' possible survival. In The Rise of Skywalker, we learn of the Sith Eternal, a cult devoted to Palpatine's resurrection, but their origins trace back to Plagueis' era. The cult's red-robed acolytes revered him, their chants echoing through caverns lit by green ichor pools. Did they preserve Plagueis' essence, or was their devotion a mask for his continued influence? Plagueis' midi-chlorian experiments likely found a home on Exogol. The planet, steeped in dark side energy, was a perfect sanctuary for his work. Ancient Sith temples, their walls etched with runes, housed vats of green ichor, bubbling with unnatural life. Cultists claimed Plagueis created vessels, clones or force constructs to host his spirit. Picture a vat, its surface rippling, a moon's face forming in the green ichor, yellow eyes opening as lightning cracked above. Palpatine's return on Exogol suggests Plagueis' influence. The Sith Eternal used technology to revive Sidious, their red-robed figures tending to his decayed form. But was this Plagueis' design? His journals, found in the temple's depths, spoke of eternal succession, a cycle where Sith Masters could return, defying the rule of two. If Plagueis survived as a Force echo, he might have guided the cult, ensuring his knowledge shaped Palpatine's resurrection. The parallels are striking. Palpatine's decayed body, sustained by machines, mirrors Plagueis' vision of life beyond death. The First Order's rise also bears Plagueis' mark. Snoke, a puppet of Palpatine, exhibited powers, force projection, unnatural strength that echo Plagueis' experiments. Was Snoke a failed vessel for Plagueis' essence, discarded when it couldn't contain his spirit? The cult's rituals, steeped in green ichor, suggest they sought to perfect this process. Imagine Snoke, his scarred face illuminated by a holocron, green ichor flowing, a faint whisper of Plagueis' voice in his mind. Rey's battle on Exogol uncovered more clues. She sensed a presence beyond Palpatine, a shadow in the Force, ancient and calculating. As she struck down Sidious, the shadow lingered, green ichor pooling at her feet. Was this Plagueis, watching his apprentice's final fall, or a remnant of his power? The Force dyad, a phenomenon Plagueis studied, might have been his ultimate goal, a union to anchor his spirit across generations. Acolytes consider this. Did Plagueis orchestrate Exogol's horrors, or was he a prisoner of his own ambition? Did the Sith Eternal serve him, or did they twist his legacy into Palpatine's weapon? As Exogol's red storms raged, the Force trembled, hinting at a Sith Master whose shadow stretched far beyond his grave. The Force's verdict. The Force itself may hold the answer to Plagueis' survival. As a living entity, it balances light and dark, often punishing those who defy its will. Plagueis' midi-chlorian tampering was an affront to this balance, creating life where none should exist. Did the Force allow his survival, or did it curse him to an eternity of torment? Plagueis' experiments disrupted the Force's natural order. By creating life, perhaps Anakin himself, he tipped the scales, birthing the Chosen One to restore balance. But if Plagueis survived, his presence would have continued this imbalance. Yoda, in his exile, sensed a rift in the Force, a shadow that lingered long after Palpatine's rise. On Dagobah, surrounded by green ichor swamps, he meditated, seeking answers. Did he uncover Plagueis' echo, or did the Force shield its secrets? The Sith Eternal's rituals on Exogol suggest Plagueis' influence persisted. Their red-robed figures used green ichor to sustain Palpatine, but the Force resisted, empowering Rey and Ben Solo's Dyad to end him. This Dyad, a concept Plagueis studied, might have been his ultimate plan, a union to anchor his spirit. If he survived, the Force might have turned his own creation against him, ensuring his final defeat. Picture Rey, her yellow saber glowing, green ichor at her feet, the Force's verdict echoing through Exogol's caverns. Luke Skywalker's journals, discovered after his death, hint at Plagueis' survival. On Ahch-To, he felt a presence in the Force, an ancient Sith watching from the shadows. Luke speculated that Plagueis' midi-chlorian mastery allowed him to exist as a Force echo, influencing events like the First Order's rise. But the Force, seeking balance, empowered the Jedi to resist. Was Plagueis' survival a triumph or a prison of his own making? The Force's role in Plagueis' fate raises profound questions. If he survived, his shadow would have shaped the galaxy's darkest moments: the Clone Wars, the Empire, the First Order. Yet the Force's balance demanded his end, using Anakin, Luke, and Rey as its instruments. Acolytes reflect on this. Did the Force allow Plagueis to endure, or did it orchestrate his downfall? Did his survival fuel the Sith's rise, or ensure their ultimate destruction? As the galaxy healed after Exogol, the Force whispered of Plagueis' legacy, his experiments, his betrayal, his possible survival, all threads in a cosmic tapestry. Whether he lived or died, his shadow lingered, a reminder of the Sith's eternal struggle against the Force's will. Final thought, Acolytes of the Holocron. Darth Plagueis' tale is a labyrinth of shadow and power. Did he survive Palpatine's betrayal, his midi-chlorian mastery defying death itself? From Aborah's labs to Exogol's depths, his legacy haunts the galaxy. Snoke's creation, Palpatine's return, the Dyad's rise. Was he a puppet of the Force or its ultimate adversary? Share your thoughts below. Force crush that like button and subscribe for more Sith mysteries. As Coruscant's muted red skies fade, let's ponder. Did Plagueis watch from the shadows, or did the Force claim its due? Until next time, may the Force be with you, always.